Okay, first up, Pyrrha. Pyrrha and her team managed to reach the quarterfinals, too. And she didn't even fight in the round of 16, huh? It's good to know that she has friends she can rely on, too. I mean, from what I know of her, I'm sure she could carry the team on her own if she wanted to. But that would stifle their growth, wouldn't it? Thing is, I don't think she would have any problems doing so if asked. She's that nice of a person. If she saw them unable to keep up with her, she would do it even without being asked. And from what I know of Team Juniper, she's not the only particular personality in it. Yet they have the best teamwork in the tournament, apparently. And if I knew anything about how a team is made to work properly, the merit probably belongs to Junie Boo. She said it's on live television. Yeah, so I hope my semblance will allow me to phase through objects. And why is that? So I can literally make the ground swallow me? Man, at least she didn't start talking about my girlfriend. Just typical. Honey, I can't take this secrecy anymore. When will we be able to commiserate our passion in public like normal people? Never, because that's not how normal people do things. Actually... Alright, that's enough. Time to sleep, especially you, Nora. You have the first fight tomorrow. True. I'll go freshen up then. And I'm going to get that last slice of cake for maximum energy. Although, you've really never thought about it? About what? Nora. In that way. Oh, that. I mean, she's attractive, strong-willed, affectionate, and also very high maintenance. And I'm not talking about her intake of food. I'm talking about her boundless energy. That on its own is not necessarily a bad thing, but it happens to be what a lot of my sisters are like. Oh, I see. So yeah, I guess she reminded me so much of them that, I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess that Weiss is nothing like any of your sisters. You can say that, yes. And neither are you, by the way. If they have something troubling them, they tend to just say it because they know they can rely on me. They don't keep it bottled up. Sorry for worrying you, Sean, but I'll be alright, I swear. And I know I can rely on you all. It's just that this particular problem would expose things that don't mainly concern me. That's why I couldn't share, but I swear I'm ready to get back in the game, team leader. Good. Because you're our fighter for the finals. What? But I thought that I wasn't going to make you fight every single possible match tomorrow only because I was worried about you? There's that, but there's also the little detail that while you may be the strongest individual fighter of the tournament, you're not invincible. So we're keeping you for the finals. I expected you to bring me there then. And I expect you to win it for us. Next up is Neo. And also, freaking shoulder. Neo, you haven't managed to talk at all since this started. Ever since the dance. I know. This doesn't make me exactly a good person, considering how many people died because of something she and Mr. Georgewick had a hand in, even if unwillingly, but I hope that no matter what happens tomorrow, that she manages to get away. Even if she can't free Mr. Georgewick, she doesn't do anything she doesn't do anything crazy. There's something in my nose because I ate something warm. I don't know why, it just makes my nose clogged up. We're done with preparations. You should go rest. I started caring when we needed you to be rested for tomorrow. Don't you have something personal at stake here? Someone has to, huh? Sure, enjoy your dead weight. Rage all you want. Just make sure to do your job properly tomorrow. Remember what Torchwick told you. You can't afford to anger us. How do I know about that? Indeed. Hold up, I need to fix something. And that just leaves Ruby. Ruby and her team had a great showing so far. I'm glad someone doesn't need to struggle all the way through in this tournament. And now that I think about it, oh gods, we're going to fight them soon, aren't we? If I remember correctly from the graph that they showed on the screen while I was eating with Cinder, if we both kept winning, we're going to meet them in the semifinals. We sparred in class before, yes, but I bet this will be the first time they'll ever have to seriously fight someone they considered a friend. I mean, it's definitely not going to be that bad, but still, I bet it's going to be weird. Before that, though, you sure you want to go first, Yang? First opportunity ever for the spotlight to be on me and me only? Of course I am. I'm going to kick so much ass you won't believe it. I just need to check some real quick. See any updates so far? I'm checking out the elections if you're wondering. Joe Biden 264, Donald Trump 214. He only increased by 1. I hope he loses, for the love of God. The world will be a better place without him. The world is fucked up already. We don't need another coming of Trump. I'm going to kick some. Yeah, except Emerald and her team already beat Coco, so maybe be careful. Hey, what's with the lack of trust? It's not lack of trust, it's you were unconscious, so you didn't see Coco saw a Grim in half with her minigun. We've all seen how the fight with Team Coffee ended up. On top of that, we've never ever interacted with their 4th member since she only came to fail for the festival. So I'd like you to think less about showing off and more about your opponents. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. I know you're going to do that anyway. It's fine. I was just surprised. Surprised? Yeah, it's all the surprises that are putting me on edge. Did Penny's retiring affect you that much? Yes, I guess it did, but it's not just that. We're finally starting to get that you can't fight everyone else's battles all the time, even if you're worried to death about them, and are becoming less of a nanny and more of a leader. Look, we were all going to be awkward around each other for 15 minutes, and we would have had to make her realize it bit by bit. It's getting late, and we got rest, so let's all be happy she's growing and sleep on it. Dibs on the bathroom, by the way. So, yeah, be careful, Yang, and don't lose. Can do. After that, though, it's Team Jade. Are you sure you're up to fighting them? Are you kidding me? I can't wait. Which is why I needed you to kick ass, Yang. Carefully, of course. Titania, Janara, and Amber. Wonder what they're all doing after the tournament and Cinder is dealt with. What they'll do after the tournament and Cinder is dealt with. I mean, Titania and Janara is most likely likely keep on living with Professor Peach since she adopted them. Still, I wonder what they'll want to do other than that. And Amber, I mean, who knows how long it'll take for her to wake up? And when she does, what will she want to do? First, I'd like to go to my family and apologize to them. After that, well, it'll depend on what the world will be like when I wake. Princess? Stop. Nah. Well, that's vague. What about things that you wanted to do before the incident? Good question. Well, the main thing I wanted, which I left Sanctuary for, was seeing the world. As far as I could remember, Sanctuary was everything I ever knew. I wanted to see as much of the world as possible, meet so many different kinds of people. I think I'll just start doing that again. Then I don't know. I guess I'll have to find something else to do once I'm tired of wandering aimlessly. With an escort this time? Yeah, I was about to suggest that. I doubt Cinder will ever stop trying to get your powers. Oh, that won't be the problem. Won't be a problem. Once Miss Goodwitch manages to secure her, I'll do my utmost best to propose capital punishment. Well, that's certainly one way of solving it. If my death would cause the rest of my powers to go to her, I believe it's a safe bet that the reverse holds true too. But more than that, more than the pain or death, she violated my body and soul, Noah. She rendered me a helpless, wasting existence who didn't even remember her own past. I'll have her head for this. More than pain or death. I won't try and understand the kind of pride you possess for your name and your family. So I'll just try and leverage off it. But do keep in mind what you said to me. That'll be disrespectful, wasting away our efforts in saving your life. I'm most certainly... I didn't mean... Just... Amber, tomorrow is literally the last useful day for Cinder to try and make her plan happen. And that plan end's goal is getting her to your body. I know. At this point, she could either do a make or break it last attempt, or she could make a run for it. Either way, please value your life above everything else. There will be other opportunities for revenge. I wasn't going to do anything foolish, silly. Yeah, still. Promise me that no matter what happens, you will protect yourself before anything else, okay? Anything at all? Yes. Promise me. I promise. I will prioritize self-preservation. That's all I needed to hear. Now I can fight without anything else weighing on my mind. And what about Penny? An unusual concentration of Grim? Yes, sir. Concentrated around these 2 points. Here and here. That's Mount Glen. And the outskirts of the Emerald Forest? No wonder then. Leaving alone the trail the Grim left through the tunnels, I can only imagine how many White Fangs died in that operation. The Emerald Forest is more unusual, though. There has been no real human activity in the forest for a long time. Certainly nothing that would warrant an increased level of attraction for Grim. So, maybe a gargantuan Grim has taken residence in it? Unlikely, but still a possibility. It will have to be investigated. I see. Anything else to signal, soldiers? No, sir. That was the only thing. As you were, then. Have a good night. Sir. Sir. Sirs. Speaking of Grim, Thank you so much for getting me getting me a Janara plushie when you went down to Emily. Janara plushie. I sure want to see that. I want to see if that becomes an actual thing. I really want Mills Kane to do like merchandise. You can probably sell it on Etsy or something. It will make things easier. But seriously. You're welcome. She's so cute, isn't she? Yes. Wonder what kind of fauna she is, though. I know, right? Maybe some of it is makeup? Who knows? I hope that she never got bullied growing up. Considering what I heard from the guys we replaced? Not likely. What have you heard? Well, you know how a few weeks ago a transport went down in the forest of Burrito? Oh, right. I read the report. Killed the gargantuan Grim and destroyed most of it in the rescue mission. Yeah. Anyway, what that report doesn't say and what the colleague swears happened is that Janara arrived in the nick of time to attack the gargantuan Grim riding a giant metal monster. What? Seriously? Wait, when you say monster, do you mean a Grim or... No, not a Grim. A giant creature made of metal. Alright, if that's true, I don't think she ever needed to worry about bullying, indeed, but... I wonder where she came from then. That's another long story altogether. What do you mean, no? Exactly what I said. You're not getting your share until you become older. But you made money by using my image. It's all stuff that looks like me. Nah, you're cuter. And much grumpier. Indeed. You do have a right to the cut of the money we made off your merchandise, but that doesn't mean you can spend it however you want. Why not? Because you've never had to budget money in your entire life, so giving you free access to a large sum of it would probably have you squandering it on sweets and shaved ice. So for the time being, you're just getting a bigger allowance, okay? I wasn't going to... I hate you too. Love you too, Pipsqueak. And where are you going now, little miss? It's late, we gotta go back to the lab ship. I'll come when I'm calmed down. Now shoot. Alright, but try not to be too late. Think of the poor pilots. Your face is poor. Stupid Peach, stupid Titania, stupid. Making me feel like a little kid? I'm not a kid. I'm... I have no idea what I am exactly. I mean, I know the technicalities, but I still don't know why. Are you here to clear that up by any chance? Well, she was about to make her appearance sometime. There's no way she can leave Janara alone. So you could hear me. Yeah, but I couldn't really acknowledge your call or whatever it is in front of them. And to be honest, I wasn't really sure I wanted to either. You're Salem, aren't you? Yes, I am. Let's go to the observatory just in case someone walks by. You're the only one who can see me, Janara. I figured. Still, do you know how weird it is to see people talking to themselves? Huh. Very well then. Janara. Who gave you that name? Beats me. The day I first opened my eyes, I kinda had it in my head. So I guess it was Agni. Or Wesser. I don't know. I see. And do you know the significance of it? It has some kind of special meaning? In a way. It's a word from a language that hasn't been spoken on this planet for a long time. It means door. My name is Door. Seriously. Hey, I can relate. My name in a certain language means rest in peace. So, yeah. There are worse things. Afraid so. Still, it makes sense considering why you were created. So you know. The kind of magic we and Aggie possess is not diluted like that of the maidens. It's something much purer. We don't have the same restrictions as they do. Our scope is nearly limitless, provided we can gather enough power. In his confinement, Agni barely had enough to try and contact me, and that was only after the strength of his prison was weakened. He contacted you, and what did he want? A body. What else? You refused? I would have rather replaced every strand on my head of hair on my head with poisonous snakes made of hot copper than help one of his kind in any way. I'll be specific. Oh, I've actually done it to someone else. Rather amusing, especially when they started tearing into their face. Anyway, he created you either hoping that your body could host him at his full power, or that you could summon enough power to make him a suitable body. Either way, you're decades away from being able to do the latter, eons from the former. And that's how I ended up as Peak's housekeeper. A failed experiment, as that jerk put it. Foolish boar, he doesn't realize what he's discarded. And you do? Janara, what do you think I am? An older, scarier version of me and Osmond's ex-girlfriend or something? Ha! Knew it. How? He took me on a play date, gave me shaved ice. Shaved ice? I knew that was your thing. The way he treated me and talked to me and all the stuff we know about that Cinder Lady, and it didn't take much to put two and two together. The way he treated me like I was his daughter. Get your mind out of the gutter, lady. You. Anyway, if you were together once, how old are the two of you? And why does he look normal while we... You look like me because Agni wanted you to. Probably his sick idea of a joke possessing someone in the visage of who refused him help. And for other questions, that's a long and complicated story, which will be answered once I start reacting to the other volumes, but there will be time for that later. That's not why I'm here. Then why are you here? You asked me if I realized what that fool discarded. Janara, you're an existence that shouldn't be possible of this monkey-infested rock any longer. Our race, what you call magic users, we almost went extinct before the dawn of humanity. For the longest time, I was the only one left. What I want is for you to come to me, Janara. To be another one of your servants. To be my equal, or more. What do you mean? Let's just say that there's one difference between you and me that it may very well make you even greater than me one day. But that is only if your powers are cultivated. If someone shows you the proper way, and that someone would be you. Who else? Oh, I don't know. What about Amber? Who? You don't even know her name? Remember, when I said that I didn't know if I wanted to talk to you? What about it? On one hand, sure, I still have so many questions. Knowing why I was created just opened up yet another can of worms. And more badass music for Shannara standing up to Salem. On the other hand, they've heard her. They heard so many other people, and they did it because you wanted it to happen because you asked it. Of course, you got attached to some of them. You're damn straight I got attached. They helped me, saved me, and they're going to leave you behind. Or you're going to leave them behind. Or not. I don't have time nor the patience to deal with your childish tantrums. Well, I am a kid, so tough luck. Fine, I'll wait for you to grow up then. I gave it 3 years tops. Why then you will come around. You wish. Until then, try and be careful. I will be watching, but I don't have full control. Before I go, got any other questions? Can't promise I'll answer misbehaving children, though. Just one. And what is that? The process that made me in Titania. They use dead bodies as a base? Since I'm the only one who came out as a magic user, that must mean that they used the body of a magic user to make me. So... Do you know whose body was it? There are two possibilities. One that's quite difficult to believe. And the other, that I'm not sure I want to. Now that she's thinking about it, now she wants to kill Agni even more now. I think Shannara may have inadvertently started something. Day 205. And I should end this part right here, actually. What do you mean she's not coming? I'm stopping this part right here. And the next part is going to be the last part.